The woman discovered that her husband had betrayed her, so she made him disappear from this world completely. To make sure no one would ever discover the truth, she sealed that secret inside the newly renovated wall of her home. Even after the police came 3 times, they found nothing unusual. But 4 years later, she was shocked to discover that her son had drawn a family portrait. And in the background, there was actually a pair of hands reaching out from inside the wall and wrapping around her waist. The woman hurriedly asked her son what exactly he had drawn. But her son said, "That's Dad. He has been standing inside the wall, watching me grow up." But her son was clearly born after her husband died, so there was no way he could know that someone was inside the wall. Only then did she realize that what she had done might have already been exposed. It turned out that 4 years ago, the woman found out she was pregnant. She wanted to tell her husband the good news, but she accidentally discovered that he was being intimate with another woman in his office. From that moment on, her heart completely died. She realized that all the vows her husband had once made to her were lies. Her husband played the role of a gentle and considerate husband in front of her, while secretly flirting with another woman behind her back. So after returning home, she immediately made his favorite fish soup and added a little something that should not have been there. Then she personally fed it to him, all because when her husband proposed to her, he had once said that only death could separate their marriage. Soon, only a few minutes after drinking the fish soup, her husband collapsed to the ground. At that moment, the woman finally revealed a satisfied expression. After that, she sealed him and the truth behind the newly renovated wall, believing the two of them would stay together forever. To bury the truth, she told everyone that her husband had cheated on her while she was pregnant, then ran away with the family's money. Just like that, the police came to her home 3 times in a row to investigate her husband's disappearance. But after searching everywhere, they found nothing unusual. In the end, they could only have the woman sign the case closure documents. The woman thought she would carry this secret to her grave. But 4 years later, her growing son actually drew a family portrait and said that his father had been standing inside the wall, watching him all this time. This instantly startled the woman. She hurriedly ran to the wall to check, but she found nothing unusual. She thought it was just a child's overactive imagination. But the next morning during breakfast, her son told her again that his father had spoken to him last night. The woman was startled after hearing this and quickly asked what he had said. Her son said, "Dad said it's so dark inside the wall," and he asked if it was daylight outside. He said he told him it was daylight, and then his father said he would wait a little longer. The woman asked, "Wait for what?" Her son said his father was waiting until he grew a little older, and then he would be able to come out of the wall. The woman completely panicked. Her husband had clearly been dead for a long time, so how could he possibly speak? She quickly asked her son when he first found out that someone was inside the wall, but her son said that every night, his father would call him over to talk. Hearing this, the woman could not figure it out no matter how hard she thought. Her son had not even been born the year her husband died, so there was no way the father and son could have ever spoken. She assumed that her son must have been influenced by something at school and started hallucinating. So she went to the kindergarten and asked the teacher whether they had shown the children any unusual videos, or whether anyone claiming to be her son's relative had come to the school. But the answer to everything was no. The school also had a fully closed campus policy, so no one was allowed to come and go freely. This made the woman even more confused. Her son's daily routine was very simple, and he had never left her sight. She truly could not understand how her son knew there was someone inside the wall. But that night, the woman saw her son talking to the air again. He even asked her on behalf of his father, "Did you eat that fish afterward?" He also said he couldn't bear to eat it that day and wanted to save it for you. The woman's face went pale the instant